This show is brought to you by PPR Capital Management. Did you know there's a way to invest passively in real estate and get monthly income without dealing with tenants, maintenance, or property management? If you're an accredited or high net worth investor, you can earn cash flow without the headaches by investing in a private equity real estate fund. PPR Capital Management. With nearly $1 billion in assets under management, PPR has provided investors with steady, truly passive monthly income since 2007 without ever missing a payment. To learn more, check out pprcapitalmanagement.com/birds today. That's pprcapitalmgmt.com/birds.
Welcome to another episode of Between the Vines. This is a special episode. We have a special guest. My dad, Paul Hermans, is here joining us today. We figure the old ball coach, talk a little ball with us.
Absolutely.
He is a certified expert. Trey's joining us from a beautiful backdrop. Trey, where are you at today?
I'm down in Cleveland, Georgia at Yona Mountain Vineyard. Beautiful place, man. You know, my family and we decided, hey, man, we're going to rent a cabin down here in the mountains up here in Georgia. And we're all meeting up here to just hang out and enjoy Christmas together as a family.
It looks a little warmer than we are here. That's awesome, dude. I did not know there were mountains in Georgia. Educational
yes, there are.
Episode for me.
There you go. But it's a beautiful vineyard, dude. This vineyard, I never would have imagined that this was here. I mean, it's a really, really nice vineyard. Just the way the setup is, it's really cool. And the wines are pretty good as well.
Longer growing season down there. I'm thinking we get some mature reds, you know?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't spoke to the winemaker. I just kind of sat down and just hung out. Where are you guys?
We are at Penn's Woods with our friends at Penn's Woods Winery today.
Okay.
In, I think, what is this? Chad's Ford? Something like that? Ish.
Glen Mills or Chad's Ford? One of the two. Yeah,
it's around here. You know, Chester County. It was a beautiful ride, as always.
Absolutely.
It's freaking cold here, man. It's cold. It was like
'tis the season
today.
Yeah, 'tis the season. That's what you want, you know. That's what you want out of when it's Christmas time. Yeah, nice.
You know, it's tough. It's tough to wake up after a game like yesterday and have it be so frigid. You know, it's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. I wanted to wake up after a win. If we won, it'd have been a lot nicer to curl up next to the fire today and have a drink. But you just got to sit in misery with this one. So what do you think, Trey? We dropped the game last night to the Commanders. We have a very rare chance of taking the 1 seed now. Hurts left the game. There's a lot that happened yesterday. So where would you like to start, sir?
Well,
hold on. We got to get a cheers to start, right?
Yeah. We got to start with a cheers, man. I mean,
so we're starting off with a mulled wine.
Okay.
Spices, a Pinot Noir, holiday spices, a little apple and orange, I think, and then they warm it up. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Tastes awesome.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm starting with one of their unoaked Chardonnays down here, man. So yeah, that is awesome. I'm fresh off the highway. Cheers to you guys.
Right? Enjoy it.
Yeah,
man.
Merry Christmas to all. You know, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it cheers to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. That game, you know, that was because I drove, I jumped on the road and we stopped in Durham, North Carolina. And, I've never been to Durham other than to just play at Duke or whatever during my college time. That was my first time experiencing hanging out in Durham, and quite interesting place, but I went to a little dive bar there to catch the game. And, we had some Eagles fans in there, man, and they were rowdied up, man. And it was to just see the ebbs and flows at a dive bar in Durham, North Carolina with the fan base was quite interesting. And, that was a tough game to watch.
It was tough. We knew it was going to be a battle. It was basically – so I didn't know this. I didn't know that Dallas only had one division loss. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Now Dallas won last night. We lost yesterday. We both have one division loss. Or does that mean that we're tied with Dallas for the division?
I have no idea, man. When it
Because the
comes to
record
that part,
sucks.
yeah, when it comes to that part, like I don't pay attention to that. So with all the division wins and where our seed is and all that, I never been one that paid attention to it, and I still don't to this day. I'm just like, just win, and it'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so there was a lot that happened in yesterday's game. I mean,
Okay.
came out, dude. I thought it looked great coming out the gates.
Mhm.
We got rolling. Offense was moving. I mean, Jalen was running a lot. And we have talked about this over and over and over about how we don't like it because, it just puts that unneeded risk out there. You got plenty of athletes on the field that can advance the ball. And we saw what happened because of that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of running Jalen all the time. You knew it was going to come at some point. And this was just tough that it came at an opponent like the Washington, Commanders. That you knew he was going to it's bound to happen. The more times you put a quarterback in that type of situation where you constantly run him, and you're running all these quarterback powers, quarterback draws, sweeps, and all that. It's going to happen at some point. It's unfortunate that it did, and here we are. Saquon goes down, and it just kind of took the air out of the sails.
Yeah, it really did. It was a different offense. You saw Kenny Pickett come out there. But what I'm confused about is now I hear that he had passed the protocol and then they just wouldn't let him go back in.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't even know how that works. Whose call is that? Is that the Eagles didn't let him go back in? They're like, we'll try to win this without you. You're too important for the future? Or is that like the NFL, like, no, he may have passed your protocol, but we still think he's shook, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's more of an NFL thing because no one wants to see a situation like Tua, where you saw hey, he was obviously concussed. Something had happened. You could tell that he was dazed. Even if he does pass protocol, hey, we don't want to put you in that situation. I think that's a call that's coming through the NFL.
But I feel like I understand the welfare and the lookout, but I don't know, man. It's what's the point of having the protocol? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of having the protocol?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
if you pass the baseline, then I think you need to change the baseline. If you pass the baseline, you can't go back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I think that the NFL, nobody wants to see that situation again, where you see a player get up, and maybe you gave him a couple of little smelling salts, whatever it is, you kind of snapped out of it, but still, I'm thinking that's a call that's coming from the NFL that's just saying, all right, you know what, hey, I don't care if he passes, we're not going to see another situation like that. He's done.
Well, there's spotters now, right? This was like a new thing either last year or this year where there's like guys up there and no matter what if they see somebody acting funny on the field or they think it's because of a hit or something, they automatically can yank them with no questions asked. Like, okay, he's done. So like, I don't know, dude. My conspiratorial tinfoil hatted mind comes in a little too much here. Seems like the NFL can kind of direct the flow of the season. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden we lost to Dallas. They kicked CJG out of the game. We lost to Dallas. Now they flex next week's game, or we lost to Washington. Now they flex the next week's game is a 1:00 game instead of a 4:00 game now.
Cool.
I don't know, dude. It's interesting.
Get it over with. Let's go ahead. I like 1:00 games.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah. I like 1:00 games, but let's go ahead and get it in. Let's go ahead and whoop they behind and let's get it on over with.
I don't know.
But
it went from a meaningless game to a game that has meaning now.
Yeah, it has meaning, but every game has meaning, man. Especially when you're putting your starters out there and you're exposing them to injury. I mean, to me, I feel like, like you said, you have enough guys out there that you can move the ball down the field. I thought that Pickett, when he stepped in, I don't know. To me, I felt like he was going to be a little bit better than what he was. It seemed like the offense definitely got stagnant. I thought A.J. Brown tried to rise to the occasion. I thought that with Pickett in there, they knew that the defense was like, all right, you know what? Our main thing right now, we just got to make sure we keep Saquon under control. And that's a lot easier
Yeah.
when you know that you don't have anybody that can run the ball that can give you that little pull out and can get out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, and you had a situation where at one point, Prickett got up like, all right, hey, I don't feel right. Now you're down to your third quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
Yeah,
So,
but given all that, one catch there in their last possession, and you're not having any of this conversation, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
AJ, I mean, it's Slim. Slim makes that catch, which I'm just like, man,
I know it made me sick to my stomach because I was like, that just doesn't happen. That's how you know things are not going well for us today. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He never
yeah.
misses it.
He
No,
never misses
no,
that catch, bro. He's so
no.
sure-handed on everything.
And I know that's got to eat him up because because I know that these guys, and from what I can tell, when you're talking about AJ Brown and you talk about Smith, these guys put a lot into their game, and I think that especially some man, because he's not the biggest guy, he has shown that he's trustworthy and that you can trust him to come down with that ball, whatever situation you put him in. And it was just tough to see him just miss that catch, and I know
Yeah.
that is eating at him. Just because of the player that he is. And because these guys, I think, take this season personally. I don't think that this is just, hey, man, I'm just going to show up and clock in. These guys are giving everything that they have.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I felt like they thought they needed to call the game different once Pickett went in. And I don't think they should have. I don't think they needed to. Maybe just don't call a quarterback power.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call it power, but like lean on your run game. Lean on the big uglies up front, and then have him distribute the ball if you need to.
Well, if you remember when Pickett came in the game, his first pass was a timing route to the outside, and he didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a nice completion. I thought, man, this may not be a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put a different guy in there, their rhythm and their timing and everything, it just changes the game. And amazingly, it even changed the running game, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that extra threat. You can kind of squeeze your ends a little more and not have to respect like a keep read type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then I think that, all right, if you're going to do that, then just put a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like if all right, we're going to bring that in, bring a tight end on the backside. And then that should help kind of take care of that backside pursuit. At least you get a combination block between tight end and backside tackle, and then you let one of the front side guards have to be man or a backside guard, something that you can do to kind of help work a 6-man box, because that's what they were doing. You're going to get 5 across the front, probably put a linebacker and bring a safety in. And if you can't handle that, then you need to put a tight end in or spread them out. And you got to pass them out of it.
Yeah.
They did use a 2-back set on a couple of plays in their last series. It gave them a little more time and picked up those extra guys, but they didn't do that all the time.
I really think I'm being just hard on the guys because of the just the outcome of the game. I mean, they went through a lot that game, right? I mean, and they fought, they battled, they had Pickett out there. They lost CJGJ, and he's been playing. I don't feel like it's tough to not have a drop off. He's been playing really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Washington is no scrub of a football team either. So like the guys battled, they almost won the game. But even at the end of the game, what did I say? I was like, all right, all we need to do is get a stop here. Reed Blankenship is going to get a pick to seal the game. And like 2 plays later, Reed comes through with a pick.
Got a pick.
And I was like, that's it. I called it. And then we couldn't do anything with the ball. They got the ball back. You know what I mean? Well, field goal.
Did get a
right.
field goal.
We got field goal.
Yeah, field goal. And you even had Mighty Leg miss a kick. He missed a 50-yarder. So I mean, there was a lot.
Mighty Leg has not hit a 50-yarder all year. So I don't know. I'm thinking a name change is in store for old Jake Elliott. I think Jake Elliott should be called Mini Leg.
No.
He needs to earn the mighty moniker back. I think he needs to hit at least 2 more 50-plus yard field goals before we start calling him Mighty Leg again.
So mediocre leg, that's what we call it, just kind of average leg. You know,
mediocre leg. Yeah, we'll call it mediocre leg for now, which is okay. A mediocre leg will hit your extra points and anything inside of like 30, right?
Yeah, inside of 30, you're golden.
I just hope he becomes mighty again by playoff time.
Yeah, I need mighty leg back. There's
been too many games where the field goals have affected us this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it was a lot to go through yesterday. I mean, even so, Saquon even got his game, his yardage and stuff. He had a good game, but it felt like they bottled him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt like they did a good job bottling him up. He broke a huge run. He had a few 10-yard runs where he rode the wave nicely and stuff like that. But it felt like in some of the more important or key moments, like they bottled them up.
You know in the second half, like most of the runs, most of the big runs happened in the first half. I mean, he had 111 yards in the first half. 111 yards in the first half. That shows you the difference between what Jalen Hurts offers when it's the run game compared to Prickett. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, all right, hey, you have to respect that Jalen Hurts can pull the ball and can get out of there and run. And that's why they kept mixing it in. But that's where, to me, I would much rather, if you hand it off, instead of running Jalen Hurts, pass it, man. Let A.J. Brown, Slim, or one of your tight ends get some burn instead of running Jalen up the middle, taking on safeties and linebackers.
Yeah, I agree. We're not fans of the running quarterback here. Not if you have other weapons on the team. But hey, what happens? So now it's like this whole thing. Like, is he gonna be back this week? I would imagine, right? Got to be. If he was giving the ref thumbs up, like I'm good to go.
Yeah, I don't know how the concussion protocol goes. I have no idea how that is. And then, so so CJGJ, yeah, so he got kicked out. So that's just it. He decided
to go. And then he decided to get on I don't know, like a live stream during the second half of the game from the locker room.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, said all sorts of profanities and how it was a bunch of BS but I kind of agree with him. I mean,
but man,
I can't hear what he's saying out there. But
you don't know that. You don't know what was said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't hear what he's saying out there.
And to whom? Because that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, he could have said something. He could have said something to the other team. But I did see him get punched in the face by the other guy.
Yeah, but
I mean, when you throw a punch, you're out of the game.
You should be out of the game. Yeah, absolutely. That was a rule. Yeah, that when you throw a punch, that usually is all right. You're out of there. But okay, so CJ, so while he's in the locker room, stripping down and can't go back in the game, he went on live.
Well, I think that he had already stripped down and then showered, dressed.
Okay,
possibly.
And
then he was just sitting there angry.
Right?
I would have been angry too.
Yeah.
He was very angry though.
You would have been kicked out.
Yeah, I would have been pissed too. But
never been kicked out of a game.
I've never been kicked out of a game.
No, I've never been kicked out of a game.
So I don't know how that feels.
Yeah, kicked out of practice a couple times.
But never out of a game.
Him out of practice, by the way.
I did have dad as a coach. So my dad was my junior varsity football coach. He was my varsity baseball coach. He was my 8th grade basketball coach. And that wraps it up. He also was my math counts coach and my 8th grade math teacher.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've been through it together.
Yeah. That is awesome.
You get to learn a little bit about each other that way,
Yeah, that is awesome when you're teaching. Yeah, that's a totally different dynamic.
Different settings, yep. Different settings require different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, hey, we can get back to that in a minute. I'm sure that there's a couple of things that he would like from his old ball coaching days to shed light on. What do you think? with the ejection, is he got to miss the first half of the next game then?
You know what? That's what
Does
I
it
was
work like
just
that?
thinking. Is that a college thing, or is that the way it is in the pros too?
I don't know.
I think that's the way. I think that's more of a college thing, where
College
if you
thing?
get where if you get kicked out of the game, then you have to wait until what the second half of the game for you to go back because
Some
you have to wait.
You have to
It's a
sit like
game and a
a
half.
complete game. You have to sit a complete game or something like that, right?
Yeah, whatever that is,
Yeah.
So I think that's more of a college thing. I don't think that's the pros. I think the pros you get kicked out and you get fined, and then you just keep it moving.
Dude,
Yeah, I
So
think.
yeah. I mean, whatever it is, we
Yeah.
need him back because there was definitely a weakness in the middle of the secondary. Nothing against the
Yeah.
dude that came in and played, but like, you're a starter for a reason. You're a backup for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think CJ is the heartbeat of that team, man. He plays with a certain style of aggression. I think for that secondary, he's definitely missed. I think that's just how he is. He plays with a different type of energy out there, and whenever you don't have that person back there in that secondary, it affects the group. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to see him back out there.
He's an energy bringer.
Yeah, he's an energy guy. You even saw Q gave up his first touchdown. It was just tough. It was that day. It was that day. I thought that we had a chance to pull off the win, but I thought that our defense, man, they just got you let Jaden Daniels kind of just shred you up at the end. They were talking about on TV where he was like, man, what some of his moves come from playing flag. Man, when he put that move on Jalen Carter, where Jalen Carter had him right there, and he put that little step on him, I was like, man, that right there is a flag football move.
Well, dude, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like flag football has a place in developing, foot speed, hand-eye coordination. It takes out the lowering your head and just diving at people out of it. You know what I mean? I actually think it's very beneficial for all positions to play flag football. But that's a story for another time. But dude, why was he shredding us like that? Didn't we have somebody spying him? I remember the one run we had. He just jumped up and was weaving through everybody, and we were like,
where's
somebody
spying
him?
Where's the spy?
Where's the spy?
Yeah. Well, you're playing nickel, and then you got to drop everybody in coverage, and you only rush 4. So that's why when you have someone like that, you have. To me, I always feel like when it comes to rushing an athletic quarterback like that, I feel like you need to layer your rushes. Where you have one guy that if one end is going to be running high, the other end needs to be coming with a spin move inside or bull rush and working inside where we're funneling the quarterback in. You can't have both guys pass the quarterback, bumping into each other past the quarterback because he's just going to take off a field. To me,
I was sitting there with my son while we were watching the game, and I just feel like, you can't run the hoop on this guy. And then he was like, what's the hoop? And I had to explain it to him. And then he was like, oh, is that why he's running like that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's why he's running free like that.
That is exactly. Yes. And it makes it so much easier, especially when you only send 4. And the offensive line, to me, I felt like his offensive line did a good job of protecting for him. I think we come out of that game, we only sacked him one time. That's not what we need. You need to be able to get after a quarterback like that, or you kind of layer your rush and you got to punish him. But I thought that even with the penalty with Jalen Carter, where I know it was a flop by the offensive lineman, but still,
I know, dude.
Because you developed that reputation, you have to be a little bit more careful out there as a player because you're going to give those calls. You were walking off the field. You had got to stop. And here you are, first and 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of penalties in yesterday's game. And, I'd like to think that we played really, really good, but it almost kind of seemed like when Pickett was out there, A.J. Brown was just trying to, draw some PIs instead of just,
You did that okay.
You know what I mean? We got a lot of yardage. We got a lot of penalty yardage yesterday on offense, whether it was pass interference or face masks. And that's part of the game. I just think there was a couple times where I think AJ Brown did such a good job of slowing down, initiating contact, and then making it look like, this dude got me. That's why I didn't make the catch.
Yeah.
Laundry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he got the 15 yards, but got the spot of the foul. But I just need them to just continue, because you don't know how this is going to play out now. You got Dallas all fired up; they got to win. That's going to be a big
Cooper
game.
Rush
They
coming
want,
in town.
they want to continue to play spoiler, especially after Washington already showed gave the recipe. So we're going to have to continue if we want to. Finish out strong. We got to, we're gonna have to keep rallying as a team. And I'd rather this happen now. I'd rather it happen now than later on in the season where you're going into the playoffs dealing with all these questions.
Yeah, rather now than in Detroit.
Exactly.
This happens in Detroit. There is no next week.
Yeah,
exactly.
The last game of the season when it happened.
Yeah. So one thing that was very impressive yesterday, and I have a hard time watching games, right? And following. So I have to rewatch the highlights and stuff like that. I didn't think you were going to be worth a crap talking about situations today, because my dad was following the Detroit game on his phone the whole time. He wasn't watching it, but he was reading, play by play kind of what was happening in the Detroit game. And I'm sitting there and I'm he's not even watching this game. And now he's sitting there talking about two back sets and stuff. And I'm I didn't even think you were paying attention. Do you think that, how many years have you been a coach?
Well, the first time I walked on a football field to coach 51 years ago as a volunteer assistant at high school.
And so as I guess, either a varsity or a junior varsity coach, you've been going for 50 plus years. So you think that amount of just watching film and everything, you don't have to zero in on a game to see certain things?
Well, you look for certain things in some situations. I mean, it was pretty obvious that once, there was a quarterback change, that they were bringing the heat. I mean, they were bringing people. And either he was going to have to find a hot read, or they were going to have to bring in somebody to help him. Yeah. And I was seeing the tight end once in a while, not consistently, and you rarely see them in a two-back set. So when I happened to see a two-back set, it was oh, okay, well, they're making an adjustment now. But then I think it was a play after that. Again, they bring the heat, and I don't know why, but there was nobody there to help. So,
well, remember that one play, and I think if this is what you're talking about, the dude came off the edge on the right, and Saquon went over there and just kind of passed right by him.
Yeah.
And so I thought that he would have been hot, but then
Saquon wasn't even looking.
Never was even looking that way.
Yeah.
He thought that he was taken care of over here, and Saquon never even faked at the guy. So either there was a misunderstanding or a miscommunication, or Pickett just didn't know that he was hot off of that guy. But I don't know.
I think to me
tough for Pickett. I mean, do you have any idea how many reps he took during the week?
I would think
he took very few.
So then he comes in a situation, and it's okay. I mean, how do you expect a guy to succeed in that role?
It's tough.
And that's the problem that you
considering that.
Yeah, and that's the problem that you see, and especially in the NFL, that guys don't. Especially the second quarterback, he's not taking many reps as a one. You're taking any ones. And, as a coach, how would you manage that? Even when you're talking about, all right, how you divvy up starter versus backups to just even prepare for something like that in the game.
You're right. At any level, you work with your top guys because you want them to be successful, and you never plan for anybody to get hurt. I mean, when it happens and you're faced with that reality, of course you got to deal with it, and that's why you have backups. But nobody at any level, junior varsity, high school, college, you prepare people to back up, but you don't give them the same amount of reps, and then you throw them in the game and expect them to be successful. That's tough.
Absolutely. I mean,
so as a coach, how can you correct it then?
Yeah.
If you're
you're right. You have to be very disciplined in your practice plan and you have to continuously involve those people that will have to come in and take the place of your important people. Okay, the key individuals that run your offense. And maybe you shuffle people. Maybe like at a lower level you move because you don't have a backup. Maybe there's a good athlete that you can move to another spot. But at the professional level, you've got somebody to back everybody up. So then it becomes the onus of the coach to actually make sure that those people are exposed to everything that'll happen.
Yeah.
And you know everybody's different. So some people are going to sit there and study and be prepared, and other guys are just going to go, well, hell, I'm never going to be in the game, so
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that like position specific also, that's tough to do. Like quarterback especially. You know what I mean? There's so many moving parts on offense that you need the quarterback to be okay with and to get all like, how am I going to throw it to this guy on this route? How am I going to throw it to a different receiver on this route? You know, this running back likes to take the ball like this versus this running back. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different things in there, and you can't give all of those looks to the backup. You know, so like offensive line, a little bit easier to rotate guys through a practice and prepare them. Like we talked about, Stout does a great job.
Absolutely.
These guys are always ready. And like when they go out there, like it doesn't look like Steen hasn't gotten reps with Mulata. It doesn't look like that. It looks like they've all kind of gotten at least some familiarity together. But I mean, I could say it doesn't look like Pickett threw to that whole receiving corps frequently. You know what I mean? You know, even the cadence changes with a new quarterback. Like I remember when we'd have the backup come out there, you would threaten the quarterback. You'd be like, hey, you better get that going a little quicker. You better get it going. You better be a little more consistent or you're going to be out of here.
Yeah.
Well, the obvious thing you can see is an early jump, right? But you would know also, if you're a half step late, that might make a difference on an edge rusher, right?
Speaking of early jumps.
Yeah, the touchdown pass.
The touchdown pass. I mean, listen, we always give tackles the benefit of the doubt of getting off early, and we're like, yeah, early is on time when you're a tackle. But dude, the touchdown pass of that game, clearly, it was very clear that the right tackle took an entire kick before the ball was snapped.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go through it. You can't change it. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's tough.
But
Lane does it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
but we lost this game, Trey. We lost this game, and that was the winning touchdown. It was. Like, damn it, they cheated. They cheated.
Yeah, they cheated.
I will not have it. I will not have it.
I feel you. Yeah, we okay. Because I know everybody's like, damn, look at that. He jumped. Yeah,
I know.
We kind of jump all the time too, you know.
Yeah, bro. We're pretty good at that.
We're pretty good at that, you know. So it was our turn. They got us, you know. It's cool, you know. Damn, yeah, it sucks. But I mean, but hold on. First of all, let's just talk about the throw that young man made for the touchdown. Dude, I had to sit there and think. I'm like, dude, that young man is still a rookie.
Dude, it sure doesn't seem like it.
The throw that he made for that touchdown, in the traffic, the anticipation, I was like, wow. That was amazing. You know, but
but it should have been whistled dead. Shouldn't even been a completion.
Yeah.
Should have been a really good incomplete throw.
Yeah, incomplete throw or a false start. You know, that yes. But
I wish you didn't bring that up about the early thing. It clicked in my head, and that just made me more angry, more pissed off about this loss. All we had to do was catch the ball over the middle, wide open. It's tough, man. Catch it and fall down.
Just catch it and get down, you know, and you're good. But it was our turn.
You know, when
man.
it gets down to seconds like that, though, even if you'd have run the ball twice somewhere during the game instead of 2 incomplete passes, they'd have never had the chance for that last play. There's so many things in that game that could change that outcome.
Yeah.
It is really amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean that's the old adage, right? no one play lost in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that one that Slim dropped.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, but it's tough though. Hey man. Yeah.
Slim's made a lot
Yeah.
of plays for him. I'm not gonna get down on him right now. I know he's gonna make a lot more.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
say the ball came out. It had a different spin on it, different quarterback. It probably looked different coming in.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Trey,
Cool,
we
man.
got a we're gonna try this Yule Mule here.
Okay.
Yule Mule.
This is for the
Yule.
holidays. This is a Yule Mule. I think this has
Looks
a
like
couple
it's
of
got,
different wines. It smells like rosemary
All right.
There's raspberries,
with
maybe,
some cranberries in it.
raspberries too, I think.
Yeah.
Is Rachel there?
Rachel is on maternity leave.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She is on maternity leave. Shout out to
is
Rachel.
creating
Con-
quite the family.
Congratulations. Yes.
Yes,
That's her
Rachel.
second child.
Third.
Okay, that
Third.
is awesome. Yeah.
Bing, bang, boom. Factory.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. There we go. A cheers to Rachel. Cheers to Rachel.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Yeah. Having a new little one. I think she had a boy. Oh.
Was it? I'll follow up and confirm on that.
Yeah, I think so. But congratulations to Rachel and her husband. That is awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
A lot of times like a festive, cheery holiday drink is like warm, and like cozy.
Yeah.
That's a nice, refreshing, like herbaceous. It kind of has like a little evergreen thing going on.
Oh, okay.
Could be the like rosemary. It's good though. Make sure you guys come on out to Penn's Woods Winery and check it out.
Yeah, definitely got to check it out, man. And next whenever they do the what's they have out there, the equestrian event, I'm about to come out there and check out the next equestrian event that they have out there. Yeah,
they got a equestrian event here.
Yeah, they have it twice a year.
Like a derby thing, like a little derby.
Yeah,
thing?
like a little derby. They run the horses through the vineyards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You went to it before?
Yeah, I have not been to it yet. I was going to try to make it out there this year, and something happened. And then the second time they had it, I think the weather got in the way. But yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Seems like a really cool event.
Trey, what you guys got for the trip? Any big excursions planned, or you guys just chilling?
Man, we just chilling, man. This is gonna be where we just gonna sit at this cabin, man. Just relax as a family, and just hang out. We ain't doing
Does
too
the cabin
much.
come with a Christmas tree?
Yes, they set it up. It's all decorated and everything, from what I understand. And my wife and them are very fired up about it. So I think it's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to it. This is my first time doing like the Airbnb thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this like a new thing for you guys to travel for the holidays?
No, this is our first time. Usually everybody comes to our house, or else we'll come to Florida, shoot down to Florida. But this is the first time that we're like, all right, let's go somewhere and just meet up as a family and do it. And so here we are, man. We out here, and I think the name of the area that we'll actually be at is Saute Nokuchi or something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah,
sounds foreign.
Yeah, it sounds like an amazing place.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like you're going on vacation to me.
Yeah. So, but right now I'm at Yonona Mountain Vineyards. And it's Yonona is Cherokee for bear. So obviously there are bears out here somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
What?
Yeah. So that is where.
The mountains, right? Black bears in the mountains.
Yeah, I think it's black bears. So
probably not
the black bears,
any grizzlies.
Yeah, no grizzlies in Georgia. I think so. With the black bears, I think you got a chance.
Yeah,
you have a fighting chance. Yeah, but big dog, exactly. Yeah, you got a chance.
They'll be more scared of you than you are of them.
That's what I'm hoping if I come across one.
You just growl at them and get big.
Yeah, you just get big. Exactly. But yeah, this is cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so my parents will be here. My mom will be here in a little bit. And then so we just gonna meet up and go sit at the cabin. I just want to sit out on the balcony and stare out at the mountains with a cup of coffee and just relax.
Sounds like, yeah, that sounds magical. Well,
Yeah.
when are you coming back? Are you gonna
I'll be back for the
in time
tailgate.
for the Dallas game?
Yeah, I'll be back
That's
for the
what I was going to
tailgate.
bring up. Very,
Yes.
very special announcement coming up. The one of our initial sponsors of season 1 here, Birds Nesting, my beloved wife's business, is hosting its first ever Birds Nesting tailgate, benefiting Eagles Autism Foundation. Before the Dallas game, there was a lot of work that went into the organization of it, which usually there is for a fundraiser, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved the game up to 1 o'clock. So, announcement. The tailgate is now starting at 9:30. You're still going to get your 4 hours of tailgate time. It's going to go from 9:30, and we're going to go past kickoff to 1:30. So, don't worry.
Yeah.
Still going to party.
That's
Still
right.
going to have a great
Yeah.
time.
Hey, the tailgate gets flexed. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Yeah.
we'll flex the schedule. No worries. No worries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But we'll
Yeah.
still be there. Still going to be a lot of things to celebrate and party and have a good time and raise a lot of money for the Eagles Autism Foundation. So
I'm looking forward to it.
And this game is, all of a sudden very, very important, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Every
game, man.
is
It's
important.
against Dallas.
Old ball
That's what I'm
coach,
saying.
dude.
Every game is important. Yeah, exactly.
you
Every
put
game
him.
is important.
I don't know. Some of them are.
Yeah. Hello?
I mean, the ones that aren't that important,
think my
you barely
sound-
win them. But anyway,
I
We're
keep
losing
losing. I keep losing connection, man. I'm out here in these mountains, dude. Hey, before I get out of here, man, hey, Happy New Year to you guys. Merry Christmas. I'll see y'all before New Year. But Merry Christmas to you guys. Hey,
Merry
cheers.
Christmas, Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Hey, man.
Enjoy yourself.
All right,
man.
say to you guys. All right, man. Y'all take care. Have a good one.
All right, make sure you like, subscribe, join us, whatever. We'll catch you guys next week.
This show is brought to you by PPR Capital Management. Did you know there's a way to invest passively in real estate and get monthly income without dealing with tenants, maintenance, or property management? If you're an accredited or high net worth investor, you can earn cash flow without the headaches by investing in a private equity real estate fund. PPR Capital Management. With nearly $1 billion in assets under management, PPR has provided investors with steady, truly passive monthly income since 2007 without ever missing a payment. To learn more, check out pprcapitalmanagement.com/birds today. That's pprcapitalmgmt.com/birds.